I first heard about Eddington Landscaping with a flyer on my mailbox with lawn services or whatever. I called, gave me an awesome price, and they just started cutting my grass every week. And it was so nice to like come home and it's done and I don't have to worry about it anymore. That following year then, I needed to have some landscaping work done in my yard. When I got the quote, I was like stunned at how inexpensive it was. For some reason, I thought this was just going to be like a major expense, and it wasn't. It was that following year, and I actually wanted to have some things done in the front yard because I wanted somebody to just do all the mulching and stuff. I was laying down 60 bags of mulch every spring, and it just got to be too much for me to handle. They were in and out so fast, it was unbelievable. Just even with the lawn service, they are in and out of here in like 15, 20 minutes. It stuns me every week when it happens. Something that would take me an hour and a half to do is just done. Trimming, edging, blowing stuff off the yard, everything. I was just looking at the backyard and Camden actually came out. I had mentioned, I think I'm just gonna put a deck back here and maybe you guys could do some landscaping, around that. And he suggested a paver patio. He said, have you ever thought about a paver patio? Once I saw the plan for the patio, I'm like, oh, this was a far, far better idea. Budget-wise, you guys have always been awesome, which is why I stayed with you right from the beginning. The guys were great. They were very considerate. They were great about working, cleaning up after themselves. Everything was perfect when they left. And I actually had neighbors watch them. They were watching the process, just like, this is fascinating, so it didn't disturb anybody. After I'd had the patio for the summer, I really wanted to move on to, just for some privacy, wanted to get some plantings done, wanted to do some more landscaping around the patio. So that was the next part of the project. Camden came out in the fall. He suggested the wall. I hadn't even considered that. I had seen an idea, I had mentioned to him about some landscape lighting that I would like to do to highlight some things back here. So once again, to the drawing board and coming up with a plan. He asked me what kinds of plants I liked, what kinds of shrubbery, trees, that sort of thing, and came back with a drawing for a way to surround the patio, to build the wall, to bring some lighting in. I just jumped in. I'm like, I want this done. Then in the spring, early in the spring, that all started. The wall was built, the lighting was installed. It's just beautiful back here. And then the other big change came with the fountain. The project manager said, what would look really great back here is a bubbling boulder, which I'd never heard of. And so the plan got changed. And I'm like, okay, I've just got to have this. I love the sound of the water. I love the look of it. And so we went ahead and added the river rock and the boulder and the steps, and it just kind of finished everything off. It's just finished and it looks gorgeous. I absolutely love that. That's one of my favorite things back here. The main thing was the patio, just being able to sit out on my patio and enjoy it, have my family, have my friends over, have a quiet, peaceful place to sit, or even just, sit outside and read a book or anything. The actual installation of things has happened relatively quickly, especially this year. The wall, the plantings, that all happened really quickly. There were lamp posts in here, and you actually showed me a couple of samples, pictures of the different lighting fixtures you were thinking about to go on the end of that. That's interesting, because it's dark back here. I knew I wanted some landscape lighting in with the shrubs, and I wanted them to highlight the trees, just because I love the way that looks, but I hadn't thought about them in the wall. It's gorgeous back here at nighttime. Twilight, just as the sun has kind of set. It's still a little bit light out here, but the lights come on, the photo sensor, and it's gorgeous. Don't underestimate the lighting. That made such a huge difference back here. It looks gorgeous. I'm gonna do lighting in the front. When I was presented with the proposal for landscaping around the patio with the wall, he suggested a maintenance plan that you're billed for it monthly, but everything's included in it. Lawn mowing, mulching in the springtime, blowing the leaves away in the fall, pulling weeds when they come and do the mowing every week. And so I immediately signed up for that. That has just been perfect. I don't have to worry about that stuff. Really, the only thing that I worry about back here is watering things. With the maintenance package in the spring, they're out like clockwork with trucks in this yard, it's pretty much trucks of mulch, trimming all the shrubs, boxwoods in the front that need to be pruned and shaped every year. things along the fence line now that need to be pruned and shaped every year. It's like clockwork. And then even into the fall, as things have been, every time they're here, the leaves are blown out of the backyard. It doesn't always last long, but the yard's immaculate when they leave. It's just nice to come home from work and it's done, and you don't have to worry about it. It's worth every penny. Once the patio part was done, then I was just like, okay, I need some comfortable furniture out here. I need a fire pit out here. And especially the following year, once the bubbling boulder and all of the landscaping came in, it's just a phenomenal place to come outside and sit. Now that things are starting to get cooler and you can, I have a gas fire pit, you can just turn it on anytime. You don't have to worry about burning logs or anything. You've got the fire pit going, the water's gurgling right next to you, but it's definitely used a lot more than I thought it would be. Especially with the lighting. I think the lighting really makes that happen. So in the evenings, all the blinds are up. You can see the lighting, you can see the trees highlighted, you can see the patio lights. I will definitely use Eddington for all of my landscaping needs. I wouldn't think of going anywhere else. It's beautiful back here.